Innovation in the building envelope industry is particularly complicated, and this is why MEZeroE came about. Let's see what companies from the sector think, and let's see which laboratories and services we created in the project to support them in their innovation journey. Rothoblaas premises, one of the partners of the Horizon project, MEZeroE, and Rothoblaas is one of the well-established companies in South Tyrol. We have Luca Sastigiani here to introduce the company.
Rothoblaas is an Italian company with the roots in this Alpine region, but it's a multinational company. We are working worldwide in more than 80 countries at the moment. We cover all the solutions for timber structure, high-tech solution, I would say, and for timber and hybrid structure.
Alessandro was very involved in the project for the technical part, and so I would give the word to you to explain what you did, which technical aspects you focused on about membranes and flat roof solutions.
Flat roofs are a really nice idea, but they can have issues in managing the moisture inside of the stratigraphy, the roof itself. So we were interested in finding solutions with our products and the help of Eurac and the other partners of MEZeroE to better understand how to use our products inside of the roof.
And there was a word, adaptive, that came about many times.
Yes.
Can you explain what it means and what were your needs to be tested?
We have an adaptive membrane. So adaptive means that the SD value, so the ability to move the vapor, is adaptive. So it adapts on the situation, on the environment. And we know that this membrane has this ability, but we wanted to better test the membrane inside of a real scenario. That's why we were so interested in collaborating in this project.
Great. So basically for you, what was the key thing that you developed within MEZeroE that enabled MEZeroE to develop better?
The key thing I would say is the possibility to use our products in real life scenarios. So for example, with the living labs, we were able to install our membrane, and with the sensors, we were able to see how the moisture was moving, how quickly, and so that helps us a lot in understanding the behavior of the membrane inside of the real stratigraphy, because, as we said, the membrane, we know it's working, but we were not sure how it was interacting with the rest of the roof.
We have talked a lot about this technology, but shall we go to see your labs or where you develop your product?
Yeah, pleasure. Yeah, let's go. Here we are with our tensile testing machine. This is the machine that we were able to buy with the help of MEZeroE as well. Yeah, right now we are doing this tensile test with one of our tape. This is a fresh sample. The age sample is being aged in our climate chamber. It is something similar that we did with Krakow University inside of the MEZeroE project.
Good. And in MEZeroE you worked with a network of laboratories, but you also worked with real buildings that we call the living labs.
Yes.
Which was the main benefit of having them for you?
I mean, as we said, it was a great opportunity for us to test our product in real life environments. So with real people living in the actual building and feeling if it's working or not, the solution we proposed. Doing this kind of approach with working with different entities and doing some real life testing as well all along, it's a bit time consuming at the beginning, but at the end, overall, is a much leaner and faster way to respond to the questions or all the problems that can come from the outside.
So if you want to make a super short summary, you would advise MEZeroE because at the end of the day it makes the process faster and more efficient.
Yes, yes, definitely.
We left Rothoblaas and now we are here in Eurac at my tech park with Riccardo Pinotti. Riccardo, you followed all the experimental work we did in MEZeroE. Can you tell us a bit more about other companies such as Focky and Flex & Robust?
Of course, with Focky we tested a complex facade system integrating a heat pump and a shading system, and then we brought the whole facade here in our laboratory to evaluate the effects on occupants. Instead, with Flex & Robust, we tested a polyurethane join allowing an easy interconnection among facade modules.
Well, let's go to visit some labs then.
Yeah.
We spoke about laboratories. We mentioned several times pilot measurement and verification lines, which is a wording we are using to describe a set of laboratories connected. In our case, one example is this VOC lab, which means volatile organic compounds, and is a laboratory used to measure the emissions from construction materials. What else do we have in our pilot line?
Well, basically at Eurac we can test the interaction between the envelope and the behavior of occupants in terms of indoor environmental quality. We have different laboratories, as you mentioned, so we can study the behavior of opaque and glazed components from the hydrothermal point of view in multifunctional facade lab. Then we can also test in a more realistic way, again, the effects of the envelope on the users in facade system interaction lab. Then we can also evaluate the performances on glazed components such as windows together with the shading systems in our G-value lab. And finally, we can evaluate the performances from the hydrothermal point of view on materials and small specimens.
So we have a set of laboratories here at Eurac. Do we have also other laboratories, other pilot lines elsewhere in Europe?
Yes, of course. In MEZeroE we were 9 pilot lines disseminated across Europe. And we were dealing basically with all the aspects regarding innovative envelope components. So from the photovoltaic systems which could be installed on the envelope, but also maybe on the structural aspects dealing with materials or innovative components which may be used in the facade.
So we spoke about several laboratories, we spoke about companies, but we have another thing which is called the living labs. Living labs are real buildings where we can install technologies and see how they work in real life conditions. And the last thing, very important thing, is the Building Envelope Alliance, which is an association we created to make sure all this offer of laboratories and living laboratories and services will be available long term beyond the end of the project for companies of the building envelope sector in Europe.